Today.
Yeah, he's lying.
Our guest is Aaron Watson, attorney at law. Can you believe that, attorney at law?
Listen, Craig, before we go any further, I need to get this on my chest, and I ain't gonna say it no more.
Okay.
When you say my name and you talk about my firm, put some respect on it. Put some respect on it, Doc.
Listen,
I ain't gonna say it no more.
Listen, this man has actually almost like a pioneer in this particular area. He had pretty much top of his class. He has gone from that to a prestigious group with the Levin firm, and now this guy said, "Listen, I'm gonna do it on my own." Man.
Yeah, you know it wasn't me. God said do it on your own, and you know what? That's always the toughest decision. You know, leaving a substantial income, and even talking with your wife and saying, "Honey, you know, God told me it's time for me to leave and open my own practice." But that's the way it happened, and that's how I explained it to my office. Certainly, I'm very supportive. You know, you're talking to the first African-American partner, shareholder at the Levin Antonio law firm. So I was they've been very supportive. I mean, you've seen my career here in town, and I've learned from the best. But when God says go, what Kelly Clark Sherry said, when God says go, you got to go. You got to do it. So we're excited about it, man. We're very excited about it.
So listen, this guy is actually doing an interview with us this morning, and his firm opens in about 20 minutes. So we're going to get him in and get him out. So Aaron, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Definitely. So I grew up here in Pensacola. A lot of folks always ask me, Aaron, how is it that you have so many clients? I'm opening my law firm with almost 100 clients. How do you have that many folks? You know, I grew up here in Pensacola. This is my hometown. You know, so I mean, I know both of the folks here in this room. You know, pastors. I was over at New Dimensions this past Sunday. I've gotten arrangements with several other pastors here in town, and all I had to do was make a phone call, and in some cases a Facebook message, you know, but we built that relationship with them since I was a child. They've seen me when I was 10, when I was 15 with my pants hanging below my waist with the chains and herringbones on up until today. So I think when you have those relationships, and listen, you got to be good too. You know, I just came off a $12.6 million verdict. $3.3 million verdict. You don't get those verdicts unless you're talented. God has given me the gift. That's how I get in the courtroom. The gift of advocacy. And my client demands justice. You know, and listen, that comes from being a preacher's son. You know, I didn't know it, but my entire life I was in training to become an advocate as a preacher's son. I would sit in the sanctuary on the front row listening to my dad preach with righteous indignation. So I find myself in the courtroom with that same passion, that same righteous indignation. You know, and folks ask me all the time, jurors or some of the officers in the courtroom, are you a preacher? I'm not a preacher, but I've had some very good training. I know how to move people. I know how to advocate for my cause. So a little bit about Aaron Watson. You're very familiar with me from the Levin firm. You've seen me on billboards and all that stuff. In fact, my billboard for the Watson firm comes up today, so be sure to look out for it. But I'm a pastor's son here in town, so if you're looking for an advocate and a lawyer, listen, and I'm not everybody's lawyer, but if you want a lawyer that's going to fight for you, that's going to work weekends for you, that's going to work late nights for you, and when it comes to game time, to trial time, that's going to preach, advocate on your behalf, call me, you know. But if you want the cookie cutter, oh, my client did A, B, and C, that's not what type of lawyer I am. I want to move people. I want to get justice for my client, and that's how you get the big verdicts. You got to move people to award money like that. Otherwise, you know, they'll ignore you, you know, if you don't know how to advocate zealously for your client. So that's my story. And before I ever moved to Pensacola, before I ever started practicing law, you may not know this about me, but I was a national champion in trial advocacy. In law school, they put law students up against other law students to compete, just like football, just like you see in basketball. I went up against 250 teams across the nation, did not lose a single round. I was a national champion before I ever came to Pensacola, you know. So I credit that to my upbringing in the church. Like I said, these law students were just learning how to hone their craft. I'd been sitting in the sanctuary watching my dad for 20-something years before I ever went to law school. So you'll find that, and most of my clients will attest for you, that when it's time to get into that courtroom, we're taking it to church.
Now listen, Aaron is an amazing guy. He's very talented. He's a musician. He's a writer, and like you said, he he grew up in the church. Listen, we all need an advocate sometimes.
Definitely.
Definitely when you're in trouble, or not even when you're in trouble, something has happened to you, it's always good to call a good guy. And Aaron Watson is that good guy. Aaron, now where's your firm located and the times you
It's on Pace and Fairfield. I'm sure everybody in Pensacola is familiar with Town and Country Plaza. The plaza building in that area was purchased by a business owner in California. They're remodeling the whole building, but I'm in Suite 100 on the first floor. But you'll see I have 2 billboards right across from the office. So you'll see my face on it, and you'll know I'm right across the street.
Man, listen, guys, you got to get in touch with Aaron Watson. Now listen, this guy will fight for you. I'll guarantee you that. Now listen, he will be preaching in the pulpit. He preaches in the pulpit. He says he's not a preacher, but he really knows how to get the message out. And his dad is an awesome pastor, speaker. He has a brother that's in ministry.
Awesome speaker.
Yeah, I mean his whole family is actually ministry.
Heavenly has an awesome speaker. Yes. My twin sister, and it's my twin sister's birthday today. Happy birthday, Heavenly! I love you. And speaking of twins, so when I announced that I was leaving the firm, when I did what God told me to do, my wife and I went to the doctor and found out that we have twins. So that God said He's gonna give me double for my trouble. But let me tell you something, guys. Trust God. I'm one of those lawyers that I'll tell you. I'm religious. I believe that God will move mountains for you if you have faith the size of a mustard seed. My website is watsonfirmlaw.com. I'm going to be handling personal injury, car accidents, also some criminal defense. Let me tell you why I'm going to get into criminal defense. Because I had a lot of friends of mine that I grew up with. They would call me over at the Lebanon Law Firm and say, Mr. Watson, Aaron, I got arrested. And I said, well, we don't specialize in that. But I'd love to go and preach for somebody who was wrongfully accused or wrongfully convicted of a crime. So I'll be doing criminal defense as well, civil rights litigation, police brutality. Most of you are familiar with those type cases. I think the first case I handled here in town was a case against the Pensacola Police Department. And so civil rights, excessive force cases. If you have a legal issue, call. And that's the thing about being a boss, a business owner.
Yeah.
If you wanna represent somebody, you can. So be sure to check out my website, watsonfirmlaw.com. Today, if you go to my Facebook page, we're all sharing my business card, the black card. And I asked the question, do you have your black card? Because that black card will get you out of some situations. If the police pull you over when you get a license, be sure to get the black card as well, so they'll know what's going to happen the next day if something gets out of hand.
Yeah. See, he's already preached the message this morning. See, if you get in trouble, call Watson.
Yes, sir.
Now, you got to have that black card now when you get pulled over.
You
and we ain't talking about American Express. We're talking about the Watson firm.
So, Watson firm.
Watson, we are excited for you. We're in a place of awe because, you could have stayed with the Lebanon.
Definitely.
And stayed with them for years and just kind of did your thing with them, but you stepped out on faith. I think a lot of us are now walking in faith, doing things that were in our hearts to do.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. So, guys, you can even be encouraged to step out on what you believe that God has called you to do, and you will have great success.
And you only live life once. Live your life. Live your dreams. I mentioned this the other day. You miss your season. You miss your opportunity. It's the season to step out, to try God, to put them to the test. I certainly believe that if you work hard, the Bible says faith without works is dead. So you can dream all day, but if you're not, I was up to 4 o'clock this morning getting ready for my staff, my paralegal, my legal assistant, investigators to come in and work with me and for me. So you got to put in that work too. Those business cards, that logo, the incorporation of the business entity didn't happen by itself. I had to put in some late nights, and luckily I have a wonderful wife, Kimberly Watson. I love you, honey, who stayed up late nights with me. She was there last night till about 3 or 4 too. My father's been there late nights. So when you got family, when you have a community who supports you, and you have a God who has favor on your life, you can't help but succeed. So that's my secret and recipe to success.
Thank you so much, Watson, Aaron Watson. Listen, make sure you get your black card. Make sure you look for his billboards, Town and Country Plaza, guys, Suite what?
100.
Suite 100. If he comes from the Lebanon Group, it ain't going to be no less than that. It's going to be actually better.
Listen, I appreciate y'all having me, brother.
Well, thank you so much, Watson. Get back to work. I know you're around the corner. Guys, listen. Today is an exciting day. We're making history in
Yes, sir.
Pensacola.
Come on, Doc.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
Take care.
Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Congratulations on
Thank
the
you so
twins.
much. Thank you so much.
All right, so we got a lot of things going on in doubles here. So, congratulations to happy birthday.
And happy
Happy
birthday
birthday,
to
'cause you said
you.
your twin happy birthday, so that means you got to have a birthday
You're
too.
exactly right. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. You still lucky about, 19?
Nah, we're gonna keep my age under this.
All right, Watson. Well, you take care, man. Enjoy the sun today. We probably just swing by there too.
Listen,
And
please
just,
do.
we'll give y'all guys an update on what's going on at the Watson firm.
Please do.
And guys, just get by there. Get by there. Tell your grandmama, tell your auntie, tell your nieces and nephews if they have any trouble, situation, injury. I don't care what it is. Call him. He'll give you some good advice on if it's not his specialty, he can.
Definitely. And your first consultation with me is free. So, I mean, if you have a legal issue, call me. You know, on my business card is my cell phone number. How many lawyers here in town give out their cell phone numbers? You know, I want you to call me. Late nights, weekends, you know, I'm not going to charge for anything like that. And if it's an injury case, I take on the case at no cost unless I win. So unless I win your case, you don't pay me anything, you know. So call me. We'll talk about it, okay?
All right. Well, Watson, you get on out of here, bro, because I see you got about 10 minutes.